All right, let's talk about the fundamentals of business credit here. When we talk about building a business credit score, we're talking about having a business that is set up and structured in such a way that it not only is able to build business credit, but that when you are connected to the resources that do report to the business credit bureaus, that your company is able to receive those and accumulate a score. Where a lot of businesses falter with this is there's a couple things that are missing on their initial structure of their business that need to get fixed. And there's also a lot of misnomers kind of about business credit, but we'll kind of walk through that as we do this. So what I've got here today is just the 10 rules of building business credit. It's fairly simple overall. Our first rule is simply that you need to have an LLC or a corporation in order to do this. So you can't build business credit under a sole proprietorship. You can get an EIN number. I shouldn't say that. You can build business credit under it. But a sole proprietorship is the least favorable structure of a business for lenders. They don't necessarily look at a sole prop as a real business. It's more like a trial business. So the sooner you can go to an LLC or a corporation, the better off you are. Why? Because that is when your timer starts for time in business. So get an LLC, get a corporation set up. Make sure you get your EIN number. Your EIN number is your social security number for your business. Make sure you get a business bank account that gets set up under that business name so that you can have it open. I always recommend going with a larger branch, like a bigger tier 1 lender, just because it gives you more flexibility as a bank account. As you're going through and setting up your business, the lenders want to see professional looking aspects of your business. So do you have a business phone number and is it registered with 411? Do you have a Google My Business page? Do you have social media pages for your business? What does your personal social media page look like? Is it professional or is it not so professional? Like, these are things that get taken into account of this. So, set up a Google My Business account. It doesn't take that long. It's like $21 a month and it's worth it. Because then you can get a domain that doesn't end in Gmail or Yahoo or Outlook or whatever. It needs to end in at your business. So like for instance, mine is Blue Sky Biz Solutions. I have it as Paul at Blue Sky Biz Solutions. That just gives you credibility is all. Make sure that your business address matches whatever you have on Duns and Bradstreet and Secretary of State and Experian. This part's really important, especially if you've moved locations recently or if you have a home office address. It may be important for you to get a virtual office or a virtual mailbox or a registered agent in order to be able to do this. So lenders don't like home addresses on the documents. It just doesn't look, again, that professional. So all of this stuff has to match. So if you ever moved addresses and you haven't updated it, you need to go back through all these things and update it. That could be why you're not getting the reporting. Make sure you get a business Equifax and business Experian. These two things are important because with the SBA loans right now and a lot of other equipment loans and stuff, every lender has their preferred vendor. So some lenders might like Equifax, some of them might like Experian, some of them might like a combination of Duns and Bradstreet and Experian or Equifax. So if you don't build your business credit up the right way, you're going to have a lot of confusion with this stuff. So make sure you take the time to build it up properly. You should have a business Duns and Bradstreet number. Your Paydex should be over 85. Your Experian number should be over 80, and your Equifax at a minimum needs to be over 450. And then it's called, tracking it, just like you do with your personal credit. We want to track your business credit to make sure it's developing and growing the way that it should be. And that's where having like NAV, Experian, stuff like that really matters for you to be able to track and watch as it's growing. And then obviously applying for trade lines. Trade lines really are kind of a small part of this. They're necessary because you have to have a few of them in order to grow. But A trade line is any loan or credit card or store credit that you have that reports to the business bureau. So if you've got a business credit card that reports to business bureaus, that's technically a trade line. If you've got a couple of equipment loans or some vehicle loans that are reporting to the business bureaus, those are trade lines. So you don't have to just go all store credit lines, but you do need to have, a minimum usually of like 10 to 15 for you to be considered a really strong business, credit-worthy business, for you to be looked at in consideration to a lot of different loan offers, which is why it's important when you do loans on your vehicles and equipment to make sure that they are getting reported accurately, they're not getting reported to your personal, and they are getting reported over to the business side, because you want those to get posted as a beneficial item for you.